everyone, Ellie here. Today we are going to be talking about World Cosplay Summit, otherwise known as WCS. WCS is an international cosplay competition where participating countries choose a team through preliminary contests, and then all the selected teams travel to Nagoya, Japan for a week of cosplay festivities, and the final competition where one team is named the winner of that year's WCS. This year's competition just finished up a few weeks ago, and here to talk about it with us is Diana. Diana just took over the role of WCS Coordinator for Team USA and has been involved with the program for quite a few years.
Hello.
Yay! Thank you so much for joining us, Diana. I'm so excited to chat with you. To get us started, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and your role with WCS?
So I have been a cosplayer for about 22 years now. I've been attending Anime Expo for about the same amount of time. And right now, Anime Expo is really looking to expand and build the World Cosplay Summit on the US side. And so earlier this year, actually right before AX, they brought me on board as the WCS coordinator because of my previous background with the event. I've judged in the US in 2005, actually, when it was first at Anime Expo. And I was a coordinator on the ground in Japan in 2013 with Cupcake Cosplay. And I was a Team USA in 2016. And I came back as an alumni in 2017 and sort of supported Anime Expo as it transitioned into the rights holders for the event with their staff that went to Nagoya that year. And they liked what I did so much that they hired me as an employee for the Society for the Promotion of Japanese Animation, which is the parent company for Anime Expo. And now I am the WCS coordinator here in the US and over in Japan.
That's amazing. That sounds like a dream come true, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal at this point to be like, what do you do? Well, I get to do Team USA. I get to run WCS for the US.
That's just so cool that you can do that. And so what first piqued your interest in getting involved with World Cosplay Summit?
Seeing how the event affected cosplayers here in the US was actually a big turning point for me. Regardless of the history of the event, everybody came home with stories about the connections that they made and the people that they met and how important that was to them and how the friendships that they have matter the most out of everything. And that really resonated with me because I feel like as Americans, sometimes we get pretty myopic. We only look at one or two things. We don't actually see the world for what it is. And I really thought that this was an event that brought something unique and special in that you get to meet people who you would normally never meet or under any other circumstances not have the chance to engage with. And at this point, you know, our team this year met 35 other countries.
Wow.
And they can probably go just about anywhere in the world and know someone. We have a team from, at least one team from every continent, except for Antarctica, because there's no one there. It's a dead ice brick. But literally, we have at least one team from every continent around the world, which blows my mind.
Yeah. And so this year at Anime Expo, you also hosted the World Cosplay Summit Retrospective. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
So the Retrospective is really a chance for the alumni to showcase their costumes and also start to build a community for World Cosplay Summit in the US and also for people who are interested in trying out to be Team USA. When my partner Allie and I were in New Jersey, the cupcakes had displayed Vivaldi and Alice, and I was like, this should be something where everybody gets to look at and be inspired by these costumes. Whether it's something from 2005 or it's something from 2017. The work and the craftsmanship and just the level of love and attention to detail that goes into these costumes just continually blows my mind.
Yeah.
And since I was able to find so much inspiration from it as somebody who has cosplayed for such a long time, I can only imagine how inspirational it must be for somebody who's just getting started or for somebody who is looking to really hone their craft.
You know, being able to walk through the retrospective at Anime Expo this year was one of the highlights of my convention. Being able to see these costumes up close and in person was insanely inspiring. There's so much detail and love that goes into them, and you can just feel it radiating from the costumes. I was totally blown away. And if I remember correctly, the oldest costumes on display were from 2005, correct?
That's correct.
Right, and I remember looking at them, and you can't even tell that they're from 2005.
Well, the cosplayers that year were Lisa, Linley, and Laura. So they had actually tried as individuals, and we had to build a team that year. And the three of them just had such a great level of craftsmanship between them, and they were all, physically close to each other. And we were like, well, you'll have to build new things that match each other for this event. And they were like, well, yeah, we can do that. And then they did in like 3 weeks. And then they went to Japan.
So one of your costumes was actually on display during the retrospective, correct?
That is correct. My Saber Altar from 2016.
And that's just a beautiful costume. What was kind of your inspiration while you were making it?
So I love Saber Altar particularly. My partner's actually the only cosplayer at this point from the U.S. who has returned from a separate team, because she was actually Team USA in 2011.
Oh.
So she was like, I want to go back, and what do you want to do? And I was like, I have this idea. I want to make this Saber Altar costume, and I want to do this. And she's like, I'm in. And we came up with some taglines or some like hashtags for everything. So she was Sparkle Blood Murder for Sakura motto, and I was Crystal Nightmare Dragon. And so my inspiration for Altar was I wanted something that would be very visually appealing from stage. They give you a certain amount of time to present. They give you about 6.5 minutes to present all of your information, and then they ask some questions. So all in all, at judging, you get about 10 minutes to talk about this thing that you've lived with for several months. And I never feel like I get enough. I'm like, I did this, and also I did this, because I planned it out for months.
And so after planning out your costume for months, participating teams travel to Japan for about 2 weeks, where they have a jam-packed schedule full of tons of cosplay activities, ranging from parades to photo shoots and even meetings with political officials. And so out of all of the events during WCS, which one is your favorite?
Ooh, it's like, which is your favorite team? Well, I love all of my babies equally.
Right, yeah, I know, really tough question.
Honestly, the Osu parade, I want to say, it's the longest running event at WCS. It is very intense, like it's very warm, but after 2016, they've sort of let it be something that the team gets to decide if they're going to participate in, because it now takes place the same day as championship. And so they were like, listen, it's very early in the morning, and we start much earlier now for championship. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, or if you're early enough in the order that you think that it would affect you getting ready for the event. Yeah. And I know very few cosplayers who were like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally going to sit this one out. Like, everybody's like, no, I need to get the picture in front of the temple. And I'm going to walk through that arcade, and I'm going to sweat my little face off, and it's going to be worth it. And my team this year, Christy and Julie, they ambitiously wore the Rose of Versailles. Mm-hmm. And so Julie is in this full white, suit. And I'm just like, oh, baby girl, you're going to be so warm.
They look beautiful, though.
She's in a ball gown. And they knocked those costumes out in 1 week. And they did not look like 1 week costumes at all. They're gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And those two walked around like they were French royalty. They were absolutely stunning. I know that there was not a minute of hesitation. They were like, oh no, we're definitely going to the Osu parade. I'll never forget being in the Osu parade, and there was a lady, the little old lady in a wheelchair with her family, and she was waving a USA flag. And I speak some Japanese, and I came over to her and was like, "Hey, you know, thank you for waving our flag. You know, this is our flag. We're the American team." And she was like, "Oh, that's wonderful." And she's like, you both look so beautiful," because we were in Sailor Moon costumes. And, you know, to be quite honest, it was very hot and I didn't feel very beautiful at the moment. But she was so lovely, and I was like, you know, please cheer for us at Championship. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to go watch it." And I was like, this is amazing. You know, everybody is so excited to see you. And it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what you're doing, really. They're just excited to see the different teams and see their costumes and cheer for them. And being a part of that was really lovely. Being a part of the, like, your year typically puts together like a Facebook group, and our 2016 Facebook group is still going. It's been 2 years now. Anytime any of us does something, we send it over to the group. We're like, "Hey, I built this company, and my company is sponsoring some prizes here." And everybody is so excited and so, like, supportive of everything you do. And, you know, it's really wonderful to have that, and I wouldn't have it if I weren't the team.
Yeah, that's just so touching. That warms my heart. I'm just so emotional. That's so sweet. So hopefully we might actually have some future Team USAs or people who want to be Team USA watching this video. So Diana, I would love to know what tips you would have for a cosplayer who's looking to start their WCS journey.
Well, first and foremost, the alumni are always here to answer any questions. You can message our World Cosplay Summit preliminary page. A lot of them you can find individually on their cosplay pages, and they're pretty much universally willing to share their experiences and give advice. I would say definitely go through and look at the different videos for different teams, not just Team USA, but like teams across the board to inspire you. Like, definitely go with somebody who, you know, the two of you are a foundation for each other and for the effort that this is going to take. It's never too early to start for this event. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of effort. I keep saying this to people, like, you want to put the time that's necessary into it. You want to spend the money that you can to make it as good as you can possibly make it. And you want to put your optimal effort into it. And when you do that, the result, win or lose, is something that you should be proud of. And it's something that I'm proud to see. Like, currently we're showcasing each of the teams that went through this year and tried for Team USA. And you can tell in the pictures that we have just how much work everybody put into their performances and into their costumes. And it's beautiful to me. It's inspirational, and I hope that anybody trying for this event, you know, takes a look at that as well. You know, don't just look at what people did overseas. Like, look at what people are doing here. Be inspired.
Wonderful. Well, Diana, thank you so much for joining us and for giving us all the wonderful insight into the World Cosplay Summit.
You're very welcome. I mean, as you can tell, I hate talking about it. It's my least favorite thing in the world. And gosh, what an imposition. I love this. I love this so much. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's good. Seeing your passion will hopefully spark passion into other cosplayers who are watching. All right, and so for my sign off on my videos, I have a little catchphrase, and it is, keep sewing, stay positive, have fun. Would you mind saying that for me?
Absolutely. Keep sewing, stay positive, and have fun.
Yay! Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Diana.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, you guys. So that was Diana, the WCS coordinator for the SPJA and Anime Expo. She was wonderful to talk with, and I hope that you guys learned some things and were able to kind of get an idea of what WCS is like behind the curtain. I hope that this has inspired you guys to try out for WCS. It's an amazing program, and it seems like it would be an amazing experience. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and as Diana said, keep sewing, stay positive, and have fun. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye!